In September 2013, a homeowner named Rainey Schuler encountered a strange incident that has puzzled and unsettled people ever since. Footage from a security camera installed in his backyard captured a scene that looks like something straight out of a horror movie. The video shows a woman who appears disoriented and lost, wandering aimlessly around the yard. The property is located in a remote mountainous area, far from roads and neighbors. For more than 20 minutes, the woman seems to be searching for something, yet she repeatedly appears to forget why she's there or where she is. The homeowner noted that the night was cold and damp, hardly the kind of conditions for someone to be wandering alone in the woods so late. The most disturbing moment comes at around the 41-second mark. The woman moves closer to the camera, and it becomes clear that she's holding her arm as if she's injured. Despite this, she makes no attempt to seek help from the homeowner. Disturbed and confused by what he saw, Rainey Schuler posted the footage online, sparking a wave of discussion, speculation, and concern. The woman's identity and intentions remain a mystery, leaving many questions unanswered. Was she injured or simply lost? And if so, why didn't she ask for help? Unfortunately, without additional information, these questions will likely remain unanswered. The unsettling video serves as a reminder of just how strange and inexplicable events can happen right on our doorstep. After watching these videos from the TikTok user, Time to Wait, you may actually want to stay away from things like this. According to the author, there is a locked shed on the property where she lives that belongs to her landlord. However, in one of the videos, she notices that the door to this shed is unexpectedly open.
That's my shed, and that's their shed, but it's unlocked.
When she goes inside, she notices a strange detail. One part of the space is covered in cobwebs, while the other looks clean, as if it has been used recently.
Today. So I get my trusty flashlight, and we check this out, right? There's cobwebs over here, but there's none here or in this space here. Okay, so now that I've actually climbed in, it's not as funny. Look at all this. There's no cobwebs on any of this stuff.
There, she finds an old suitcase.
Who the fuck? Wait, what is this? What? I'm not playing with this. I'm not playing with this. I didn't catch it, but it was right.
She decides to take it into the house and open it, but at the moment she manages to unlock it, a strange sound is heard.
I read some comments that you guys were saying it's like a trick case. I don't really know what to do with it. It's not really working. Come on. I don't know. I mean, I don't think... What the fuck? Holy shit. What the fuck is that? Holy shit.
It seems that the shed door suddenly swings open on its own. Then, inside the house, a crying sound can be heard, resembling that of a child. At that time, her children are not at home.
My kids are with their dad. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's okay. It's okay.
In the next video, she finally opens the suitcase. Inside are ordinary-looking items, a phone directory, sheet music, and old magazines. However, after that, strange events begin to occur in the house. In one of the videos, the shed door can be seen moving on its own, and then suddenly slamming shut when she tries to run back into the house. There is no wind.
It's just moving back and forth. And like, the wind isn't even going. I need to call someone, like, to come.
Frightened, she gets into her car to leave, but the dashboard begins to flicker strangely.
What the fuck? I'm gone, but the car's still doing this. Dude, what the fuck? Oh my god. The cops said they won't even come meet me because I don't want to go back there and meet them there. I just gotta go get my kids. I just gotta go get them.
When she returns, she manages to record another video.
Time recording. This curtain has been getting jerked completely back and forth. The window is, it doesn't even open. And the fan is going, but as you can see, it's not enough wind power to move it like that. I'm just sitting here trying to record it happening again because I keep getting really freaked out. This is such a waste of time. Whatever you are, leave my fucking house now. What the fuck?
Inside the house, a stepladder moves on its own, and then a kitchen potholder falls from the stove, even though no one is nearby. Over time, the events only intensify. Later, she discovers a mysterious fire burning in her yard, without seeing anything that could have caused it.
There was another fire at my house. I moved the camera over to try to show you, but I don't realize that you can't see it. It's just that little black spot behind the umbrella. There was nothing that I could visibly see that started the fire. I looked before, everything in it, so there's just nothing.
Just when it seems things cannot get any worse, she begins to hear strange sounds outside.
This is what the police sent me. This is what they found from all the footage. This is 2 weeks ago at about 10 p.m.
Eventually, the police are called, and they review the surveillance footage. What they find turns out to be even more disturbing. In a recording made about 2 weeks earlier, around 10 p.m., a figure can be seen moving on all fours across the backyard. Its movements appear unnatural, more like those of an animal.
I know for a fact that I worked the next morning, and I have to wake up at 6 a.m.
Later, the police state that the figure is her. The most disturbing part is that she has no memory of it. She is certain that at that time she was in bed and preparing for work the next day. So, what was actually inside that suitcase? Could it have been something that affected her? This story is still ongoing and remains unresolved. This video comes from the YouTube channel Hunt Your Wire, which focuses on private property security, rural living, and personal protection against crime. The author shares personal experiences of encounters with intruders, thefts, and trespassing on his property, using surveillance footage and commentary to reconstruct what happened. On November 12, 2022, after many years of quiet living, the situation suddenly changes. The most intense moment occurred when a camera captured an intruder entering his residential trailer. At first, he tried to open an already damaged window and then managed to open the door from the inside. Apparently, he felt confident enough there, leaving his tools in the shadows. The author explains that they had previously noticed suspicious vehicles on the property. At that time, there was no gate yet, and they began installing surveillance cameras. Soon after, the first break-in occurred. The footage shows the intruder breaking a side window, entering inside, opening the door, and thoroughly searching the trailer. He breaks locks, damages the structure, and turns everything inside upside down, taking anything valuable he can find. The author states that he handed the footage over to the police. Officers arrived, filed a report, and collected evidence, but that was essentially the end of it. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the investigation slowed down, and ultimately, the case did not progress. That is why he decided to publish the video, to warn others and possibly help someone avoid a similar situation. In the footage analysis, it can be seen how the intruder first looks around near the door, checking for people or vehicles nearby. He then tries to open the door, but after failing, moves to the window. After breaking it, he enters, opens the door, and calmly walks into the trailer. As he leaves, he can be seen carrying away an old electric heater. Fortunately, nothing particularly valuable was left inside. 2 weeks later, the owner returns and discovers new signs of intrusion. The cameras were not working at that time due to the cold, but it becomes clear that the intruder had returned. This time, he took a cable and left behind a knife. The owner hoped that the police would be able to use the knife to lift fingerprints and identify the suspect. He even suggests that he may know who it could be. However, despite the reports, the case never moved forward. And this is what makes the situation especially concerning. If the evidence had been used, it might have been possible to catch the intruder, or even prevent further crimes. But there is another detail that raises questions. Why did the intruder bring a knife to a burglary? If he did not expect to encounter anyone, why did he need a weapon? For intimidation or for something more serious? This question remains unanswered. In June 2021, a TikTok user under the username ClaxAttacks posted this video, and since then, it has confused and frightened viewers.
I don't know if you can see this. This is really weird. Domino, what is that? What the hell is that? Hey!
In the footage, a large bipedal figure can be seen slowly walking across a man's yard. His dog is also clearly alert, watching the creature closely from a distance. The author of the video himself was unable to explain what exactly he saw, which led viewers to speculate. Was it an ordinary trespasser or something more mysterious? A few days later, he posted an update and said that he had noticed the figure when it came out of the woods, walked past a swing set, then headed toward a truck, went around it, and disappeared back into the woods. He never figured out what it was.
To the corner of the yard, which is not unusual. He'll do that with a rabbit or a deer or whatever. We live out in the middle of nowhere. He's not much of a barking dog, so he went to the edge of his fence barrier. He's on a wireless fence and just stared. I looked over and I saw it from behind that swing set out of the woods, walked over behind that truck, or to that truck, and went behind it into the woods. I don't know what it was. It was brownish red in person. We have a street light, so I figured it'd pick up better. Apologize for the quality. Apparently zooming in at night will make any phone's quality potato quality, but I haven't seen it since, and hopefully I won't, but I still don't know if it was a person or a thing. Whatever it was big, and it was in my yard, and I don't like that.
According to him, the figure appeared brownish red in person. There is a streetlight nearby, so he expected the image to turn out clearer, but the quality was poor. He also noted that zooming in at night significantly reduces image quality on any phone camera. Since then, he has not seen the figure again and hopes he never will, but he still does not know whether it was a person or something else. The only thing he is certain of is that the figure was large and was right there in his yard, which made him very uneasy. So what was it really? Could there be a simple explanation? This compilation of eerie videos was published by a TikTok user under the username Modern Day Snow White. According to her, the footage was recorded on a remote plot of land deep in the Appalachian Mountains. They do not live there permanently, so from time to time, they check the surveillance cameras to understand what is happening in their backyard. The property covers approximately 200 acres, and it is precisely because of its size that no one stays there constantly. The cameras are reviewed regularly to monitor any movement. During one of these checks, something unusual appeared in the footage.
What the fuck is that? What's that?
In one frame, a figure can be seen that appears to be riding a white horse.
And now here is where you see it just pops up and then it goes away. I'm scrolling with my finger.
It shows up for just a moment, only a single frame, and then immediately disappears. The author explains that the camera usually begins continuous recording when motion is detected. Otherwise, it simply takes individual snapshots at set intervals. In this case, there was no motion alert, only a single frame. For comparison, they show other recordings. For example, when a deer appears in the same area, the camera immediately detects motion and records full video. The same happens when a car approaches the driveway. The system is triggered, capturing multiple frames in sequence and the entire movement. But in the case of the figure on the horse, nothing like that occurs. There is no appearance, no departure, no sequence of movement, just a single frame, after which the object disappears.
There's no way it could have gotten over the gate, and there's no way that it could have gone in the creek to get onto the property.
The location of the property raises even more questions. There is a gate at the entrance, deep ditches around the area, and also a stream that would be extremely difficult for a horse to cross. Even if the motion detection system had failed for some reason, the camera still should have captured additional frames as the object moved along the road. But none of that is present. No traces, no sequence. Later, the author reveals another detail. A cemetery was discovered on the property. According to her, many unexplained things had occurred there. When they told a neighbor about it, he said that the land had once belonged to his family and that their ancestors were buried in that cemetery. The author asked whether any of those ancestors had ridden horses. Old black and white photographs turned out to be strikingly similar to what had been captured by the camera. To investigate further, the neighbor even walked along the road with a flashlight, trying to find hoof prints or any signs of recent activity, but no traces were found.
Right here's where that horse was. And there is nothing been here. There has been nothing here. Nothing.
After the video was published, viewers began offering their own explanations. Some believed it was a camera glitch, compression artifacts, or overlapping frames. Others suggested it could have been a person distorted due to poor image quality. However, many were unsettled by the absence of any movement before and after the object appeared. The figure appears fully formed in a single frame and disappears without a trace. The author herself does not draw any final conclusions and openly invites others to try to debunk the footage, noting that she would like to find a simple explanation, especially considering that they plan to live on that property in the future. This eerie video from a surveillance camera installed in a backyard was posted on TikTok by a user under the username OldFogyJohn. In the footage, a strange figure can be seen wandering around the yard. It makes unclear, unsettling sounds that only add to the atmosphere of what is happening. A few days later, another video appears on the account, and it looks no less disturbing. According to the author, he began noticing strange holes appearing in his garage door. To figure out what was going on, he decided to check the surveillance footage. But when he reviewed the nighttime recording, he was shocked by what he saw. The video shows what appears to be the same mysterious figure breaking parts of the garage door. It seems to be the same figure that had previously been captured on camera. To this day, the author does not understand whether it is a person, an animal, or something else entirely. As always, he leaves the conclusion up to the viewers. What do you think it could be? Write your theories in the comments. An Instagram account called Svedia Society posted a mysterious piece of surveillance footage recorded on August 23, 2021, in an unknown location. The homeowner received a notification that motion had been detected near his property and immediately decided to review the recording. In the video, an emaciated person appears, moving strangely around the yard. His limbs look disproportionately thin, which makes the situation even more unsettling. Many people in the comments suggested that it could have been a person in an unstable condition, possibly under the influence of substances, who had wandered onto someone else's property. Others are convinced that in such a situation, the police should have been called immediately. However, it is unknown whether the homeowner contacted law enforcement. And still, what would you do if you saw something like this on your camera at night? A doorbell camera in Canada captured a rare phenomenon. A meteor streaked across the sky and landed right on the porch of one of the houses. It all happened so quickly that most people would not have noticed it if not for the camera footage. It's not every day you see a space rock fall right into your yard, especially one that gets caught on video. One night, the homeowner decided to check the surveillance footage and was frightened by what he saw. He posted the video on Reddit, trying to understand what it might mean. Users online largely agreed. The footage creates a strong sense of unease. Some even compared what was happening to a cult horror film. Others suggested it was simply teenagers trying to get attention or go viral. Either way, whether it's frightening or harmless, the video clearly left many people feeling uneasy. This video was uploaded to TikTok in September 2022. According to the author, it was around 3 in the morning when a doorbell camera captured a man crossing the street. He headed straight toward the house, walked up to the porch, and eventually came right up to the camera. At that moment, it became clear that he was wearing a mask with a drawn-on mustache. The homeowner woke up to numerous notifications on his phone. While reviewing the footage, he saw the man looking through the windows and trying to open the door. Without wasting time, he quickly got dressed and went outside to confront the stranger. However, no one was there anymore, so he decided to call the police and file a report. Most likely, the story remained unresolved. The author did not provide any updates. Considering that the man was wearing a mask, his identity was probably never established.